Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. I thank everybody that's involved with this process because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Hi, I'm Jill Fandrich, and I'm very happy to be here today. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for being here as well. And I want to thank Reader's Magnet for making all of this possible and for all the wonderful things that you're doing here today. And there's so much incredible work going behind this to make it possible. So thank you for that. And I'm also honored to be here with all the other artists and authors out there. It's been amazing learning a little bit about each one of them. I am the author of the trilogy of the 3-step process for personal and professional growth. And that starts with Elevate Your Mind to Success, and Success is Elemental, and Who Connects Your Dots, and the medical version of Who Connects Your Dots. And these are about critical thinking. And the first one is Elevate Your Mind to Success. Take your thoughts to a higher level. Then you want to fill it with the basic elements in your climb to success. And then you finish it off with the critical thinking. So you keep constantly adding good things to yourself. Ella says, hey there, happy to see you today. Hi, Ella. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so happy you're here today as well. Thank you for being here. And my books can be found. Oh, I'm going to tell you about the other ones too, though. I do have the student version of the critical thinking books. And this version is for everyday activities that a student and really anybody might go through. And it talks about how to make better decisions overall, how to change your way of thinking so you make good decisions in everyday activities that you encounter. And it is a larger book. There are 23 chapters in it, and it's a good standalone course. It could be in a library. George commented, hi, Jill, I'm excited for today's session. Thank you. It's really going to be a good one. I can tell. I'm so excited about our topics for today and about you being here. And so it can be, I would love to see it get into schools and really work with the students' thinking. It's so important with everything they encounter today. With the social media and electronics, that they make good decisions. So that was the heart behind my book, is to help students think better, think smarter, think logically rather than emotionally. And also to verify the validity of information. So much information is coming to everybody today that it's nice to know what is truth and what isn't. So to help evaluate that. Penny says, hi, Jill, happy you're back. Thank you, Penny. Thank you for coming here today. I'm so happy you're here too. Then onto the digital versions, I have about disease prevention. And this is about boosting your immunity naturally. And these are digital only through Amazon. Right now, Amazon has has this, and I'm not allowed to go anywhere else with them. So they have it on the unlimited. So at the moment, they are free. And then my final book, The Missing Variable. And with this one, imagine, have you heard of think of a popular jingle that you're used to hearing? If somebody stopped it before it was over, your mind would automatically play the rest of that jingle. And think of like a movie or a TV show. How often do you leave before the ending of the show? Your mind wants to know the end of that. And even if you draw a circle, more likely than not, you're going to connect the beginning to the end of that circle, because our minds have a way of wanting completion. And that is kind of what this book is like, because there are some things missing that we don't have the answer to. And our minds just naturally want an answer. We have, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, we need to have the ending to that story. So that's what that book is about. And I'm so excited to write it. Margaret comments, I hope we can build better routines and perspectives with your books. Thank you. I truly believe that is a possibility, and that is the premise of why I wrote them. So I do believe that is what would happen if you take the time to read these books. I think they're really helpful. So yesterday, and let me see. First of all, I want to mention with my book, Elevate, yesterday I got a phone call, and I was given a 15-minute little blurb, I guess, of an audio. I have artist Matt Michael as the narrator of the book. And I was listening to the first 15 minutes, and there's so much in that 15-minute clip that I haven't even told you about. So I want you to know there's a lot of information in these books that I am just skimming the surface of right now. So I think it's going to be really good. And this artist, Matt Michael, is doing a wonderful job narrating it. So I'm really excited about that. And I picked the narrator for Medically Speaking, Who Connects Your Dots. So my first 4 books will be out in audiobook, hopefully within the next few months. And my book that is currently being published now, Who Connects Your Dots, or Students Who Connects Your Dots, will also be an audiobook when that time comes. All right, so yesterday, I had my friend Will on here with me, and we talked about valuing other people and how that is a key ingredient in success. As simple as some of these qualities sound, they are so important to be successful. It's very difficult not to be successful if you don't do that. Kelly says, yesterday's session was very insightful. Your friend also brought a lot to the table. Yes, Will brought a lot of good things forward, and he's a wonderful person and a very valuable friend as well. Let's see. And I still have some questions from yesterday that I didn't get to. I didn't realize they were out there yet. So I'd like to address them first today. James Lynch Jackson asked, how do leaders and mentors best help someone be successful? I believe if you support and guide and encourage participation for other people and have them draw out their strengths, find out what they are, and even by you sharing your ideas and your successes and how you obtain them, that's really going to help somebody else grow. And leading by your example, and especially if you have these character qualities and just let them shine, that's going to get embedded in other people. And along with that, you can help them set their own goals. Maybe they're just a little previously misguided and they don't have any goals. So help them figure out what those goals are. And even if you provide the resources and tools, that's going to be extremely important to them. Lee Tucker commented, the first 4 books, must it be read in order? I like to say yes. I think they can each stand alone, and you can get a lot of value out of each one. But they are in a sequence where I think it's better. I think they can be embedded more by reprogramming your mind in that certain way. So that's just an opinion, but everybody works differently, and it might be different for everyone, but I would recommend that. Love to hear you again, Jill. As always, looks amazing. Thank you, Betty. I'm so happy to have you here today too. And I can see your picture and you look amazing as well. So anyway, with the mentoring somebody, let them know you believe in them and you know they can do that. Encourage their resilience, and just try to understand what their version of success is, because maybe their version, which more than likely it's different than your version of success. So in order to help somebody be successful, you really need to know what is success to them. So that's another important, and above all, show them you appreciate them, that you value them. So that's the answer to that question from yesterday. And another one from Tamara was, how do you reshape the mind to fight against self-doubt when the only way to counter it is by trying things out? But people can't because they already believe they're bound to fail. This is a deep question, and the basis of it is about self-doubt. And there are many ways that we can counter self-doubt, and start by identifying and challenging those negative thoughts. Really bring them to the surface. What is the source of the self-doubt? Where does it come from? And more importantly, is it real? The feeling is real, but is the deeper meaning of it real? It may not even be real. So find out what it is, and think of the comments that come to your mind when you're talking about yourself. Do you say things like, I'll never be good at that, or I'll never be good enough? Well, allow yourself to reframe that and turn it into positive. I am good enough. I can do this. And here's why. I have talents. I have abilities. I am capable. I can learn. If I don't know it now, there's so many resources. I can learn how to do it. So believe in yourself and know that you can do it, and you can learn anything, and replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. And it does take intention at first. You have to be intentional and bring up those. It's so you're using awareness, which is also a character quality. Be aware of what it is that is causing the self-doubt. Learn about what it is, dig deeper, challenge yourself to find that, and show yourself some compassion when dealing with self-doubt. Eloise said, we desire certainty, so it can be challenging whenever we're exposed to the contrary. Your book can be very helpful to embrace those instances. Thank you, Eloise. That is a good insight. I appreciate you bringing that up. And Cassandra, hello. We can be our worst critics. That is why it's tough seeing our potential. Very true. And that leads to a lot of self-doubt. So being compassionate to yourself. Imagine if a friend or a loved one was hurting in some way. What do? You're compassionate to them. You want to help them. You're kind to them. Well, do the same thing to yourself too. When you're down, when you're having some self-doubt, show yourself that same compassion, and know that we're not perfect, and forgive yourself for whatever it is that is leading to that feeling. Sean commented, I agree. You can already help others by simply being you. Your identity and uniqueness can be inspiring to the right people. And that's right. That is so true there. Just be yourself, be real, be authentic. People trust you more when you're just yourself. Don't try to be someone that you're not, because that's a hard act to follow. You can't always remember who that person was and continue to be that. So when you're yourself, that's the best thing that you can do. And with self-doubt, also set realistic goals. Maybe currently you have some goals that are too big. Set smaller goals that are attainable, and build your confidence with each one that you accomplish. Make them within your reach, and enjoy the accomplishment. Allow yourself that success, and set a few more, but just make sure they're attainable at first, and allow yourself to build your confidence over that, and not to be overwhelmed by something so big. So bring it down to a smaller level. And also, we all need each other. So seek support in building self-confidence. It's good to have, even if it's one true person to talk to, one true friend or family member, or even in a medical profession, somebody who's really going to listen to you and give you quality advice because they care about you and they want what's best for you. So don't be in it alone. things are a lot more difficult when you're on your own. So find someone to talk to and share things with and vent, and often just hearing it out loud. I believe your mind, once it hears it, your mind subconsciously is even trying to resolve whatever issue is you're in the middle of. Stephanie commented, "So glad you're back. Feels like it's been forever." Thank you very much. That is so sweet. I appreciate that comment. I know it just does. And so focus on your strengths with to build confidence. Don't focus on the negative side of things. Those are the things that are pulling you down. But you know your strength. What are you good at? What comes easy to you? What's fun to you? Focus on those strengths, because I know you have them, and let them shine. Build them up, and let them allow you to feel good about yourself and build up your confidence. Ella commented, "It's quite unfortunate how others may often see our potential before ourselves." Yes. It's very true. I think we like to see the best in people, and sometimes we fail to see it in ourselves. And I had mentioned yesterday, you may have so many positive comments, but it's the one negative one that comes in that really weighs you down. So we do need to take some time and respect ourselves enough to see goodness in ourselves and our own talents, and hopefully we want to share them with others, because others want to be shared with them, and then it just really builds a nice relationship. Will commented, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah, she was a smart cookie. Thank you, Will, and nice to hear from you. Okay, JP commented, "I agree with that, Jill. Focus on what you can do, on the things you can't control." Right. There are so many things out of our control, and why waste your time on them? That's wasted energy. We do need to focus on what is within our abilities and within our powers, and that sometimes takes extra thought to do that. It's not our second nature, or not. It doesn't come naturally sometimes to think that way, but we need to make a conscious effort to think that way. And Stephanie says, "How do you differentiate self-doubt from humility? Is there value in differentiating these?" It is good. I believe it is good to be humble, and that is a character quality. But you can be humble, like being meek. Meek is not being weak. Meek is actually being strong. It's strength to not say what you really want to say. And that takes a lot of strength sometimes. And even Will commented, and his knee-jerk reaction, he might need to reprogram some of the things he wants to instantly say. But it is good to be humble, but that really can be completely different than self-doubt. You can still have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself and know your talents, but I think it's a lot. To me, it's how you respond. It's not so much what happens to you, but it's how you respond to what happens to you, and that can show the difference in self-doubt versus humility. But thank you for that comment. That's a very interesting and intriguing comment, and I think we could have a whole session on that alone. And then with self-confidence also, take action. Don't be afraid to take action. Another one of the character qualities is about being decisive. Just even if you're not sure, just take a step and go forward and take some action. And then along the way, you can figure out if it was right or not. But that goes back to your programming. If you program yourself, you can take these actions, and more likely than not, they're going to be right because of how you programmed your mind. But just take an action, take a small step. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. For some reason, that's one of my favorite movies, and I just think it's hilarious. Bob Wiley takes baby steps. He was told by his psychologist to take baby steps. So he baby stepped everywhere. So he took these small steps, and eventually he was very successful by the end of the movie. And the psychologist really went under, but that's part of the show anyway. But anyway, another way of taking steps. I love this quote from Jonathan Winters. Jonathan says, "I couldn't wait for success, so I went ahead without it." And I just love that. And that is actually in chapter 1 of Success is Elemental. I have that quote listed there. I just thought that was very inspiring. Lee commented, Jill, please let us know if you have any face-to-face events in the future. Wow, thank you very much. Well, there was some talk about something in LA. I won't get into details about that, but I don't know yet. So, decisiveness, something I have trouble in. That there, Cassandra, that was my number one thing too. Decisiveness, I had to really think hard when I wrote that chapter, because that was a quality I needed to work on, and I continually work on every day. So there are 50 qualities. I don't know if I mentioned, but I have 50 character qualities in this book, and they are all really good. And I like to say collect all 50, because you can't go wrong if you have all these qualities. So they are really, really good. And one of the last things for self-doubt, we're not even into today's topic yet, but this is wonderful because I think a lot of this leads right into today's topic, but it's taking care of yourself. If you don't feel well, you're not going to act well. You know, you've heard the saying, you are what you eat, but you are how you take care of yourself. If you feel good and you're eating the right foods and you're exercising and you're sleeping well and you're hydrating yourself with lots of water and just taking care of your health and boosting your immunity, you're going to be more confident than you would be if you didn't feel well and were under the weather. And just there's so much more going on in our bodies that we do better when we feel healthy. So please keep that in mind about taking care of yourself too as well. And I still have one more question left from yesterday. And Joyce Benson asked, can you share a specific episode in your life that supports the effectiveness of your book? And I don't know about what episode, but I really think I'm living it. I am living my books right now. I was so inspired. And once I started, as I mentioned before, I just haven't stopped. I mean, it inspired me to continue to write more and more and more. And now I'm doing things I never thought I would do before. And I made a whole career change. And that was not an easy thing to do. That was a complete leap of faith. So I want to say that I am truly living out everything I've written in my books. And I will continue to do so because I do believe everything in there. I wanted to make sure, you know, as I was editing them, I thought I hit this wall like, oh my gosh, once this is out there, I can't take it back. It's going to be out there forever. And so I pulled it back and I edited it again and again and again. And I made sure that I believed everything that was in there. And I believed it was true and it would all work. So I just want you to know I put a lot of time into them and I believe every word that's in them. So I'm not sure if that really answered your question, but I believe everything I'm doing right now in my life, to me, is evidence that this is all working. Julie commented, wow, I'm excited for the audiobook. Thank you very much. I think these narrators are awesome. So that's why I want to give Matt Michael credit already. His first 15 minutes, he was so energized and just had an amazing voice for Elevate Your Mind to Success. So I'm really excited for them to come out as well. And it's so funny, as I listen to the 15 minutes, I'm absorbing it like I want to take notes already because I can't even remember everything that I wrote from each book. There is so much content in there. So I'm going to get a copy myself and listen to it as well. Okay, well, those were all the questions from yesterday. So, oh my gosh, I think we're almost running short on time. But today was all about being captivating to others. And the first thing I want to say is being confident. So we just went through ways to be confident. So we already started working on how to be captivating as it is. So that's a good sign. We have something in there already. So anyway, being confident automatically makes you a little more attractive. You believe in yourself and your abilities. So show your confidence and be genuine. As was mentioned earlier, when you're genuine and you're authentic and you're real, people already trust you more because you're yourself and you don't have anything to show. You are who you are and you believe in what you're saying. So always be genuine. And one of my favorites is being a good listener. And for me, that's one of the hardest parts of this platform, is because I like to ask questions and I like to be the one listening, and here I'm the one talking. So this is a little out of my comfort zone because I'm used to being the one asking the questions. I truly believe in being a good listener, because you're not going to know about that other person until you hear from them. So when you close your mouth and stop talking, then you can learn about them and what's important to them and really hear. And there is a difference between just listening and hearing. And I really like to hear what the other person says. Hi, hi, Jessica. You said, love this author. Welcome back, Jill. Thank you very much. I'm very flattered with that comment. Thank you very much. But I really do believe in being a good listener. That really shows respect to the other person, that you care about them, you care about how they feel, what they say, and what's important to them. And also being captivating is having a positive attitude. Things can go wrong in our lives, and they always will, but positivity is contagious. And it's so important to uplift others, because something is going on in everyone's life at all times. So it's just so important to understand that other people have things going on too. And like driving my son to school, I see this car fly by me today, and he did some dangerous turns. But rather than get mad, I think, oh wow, he left extra late today, so I'll let him have the freeway there so he can get to where he needs to be. So just try to look at things positively and understand everybody's going through something. And share your passions. And I've been sharing all mine with you, but that's something that does make you authentic, is when you have something you really love and you want to share it with somebody else. I like sharing all this with you, and I would love for you to share back, but this platform is a little bit hard to do that interaction. Our body language says a lot too in being captivating. Are we open? Are we expressive? Are we having fun? Because most of our conversations, I'm not sure of the exact number, but maybe 30% is our actual content, and 70%, I'm really guessing on these numbers, but is more about the body language. So you can tell if somebody is not interested in what you have to say. So always be aware of your body language. And if you're able to, tell good stories or relate things together. I'm not the best storyteller, but I know some people can just throw in amazing stories and be so captivating by their stories. And I couldn't tell a joke to save my life. It's one skill that I just do not have. I'm not witty, but I so appreciate other people who are witty and can jump in with things like that. Kelly comments, what you feel will always reflect in your behaviors and choices. This is why it's important to take care of the body first before taking care of matters around you. That is so important. And to take care of your health. And that is why I went ahead and wrote 2 books about disease prevention. And it's just building your immunity so you feel as good as you can and you are as healthy as you can, and naturally, so there's no side effects. But yes, very, very good comment. I agree with you there. And sharing your humor is also very important. It's laughter a day. There's something about just having a good laugh, have a good belly laugh, and find reasons to laugh, and sometimes make a little fun of yourself, but in a respectful way, not in a put down kind of a way, but just know that, oh, I tried the best I could, and just be lighthearted about some things. It's okay if we make mistakes. It's just, as I mentioned, one less way of doing things. You learn from it, grow from it, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Julia commented, yes, self-forgiveness and compassionate on someone. Yes, very, very good character qualities. Those are both very good character qualities. And we need to show ourselves forgiveness as well as others, and compassion to ourselves as well as others, because we can't help the others. Just like in an airplane, always put your mask on first, right? So otherwise we can't help the guy next to us if if we're out of air and not able to function. So very true. You've got to take care of yourself first. And empathy is always a good quality to have. And again, a character quality. We want to understand other people have things going on too. And we may not understand what it is, but that may not always matter. We just need to understand they have something going on and it matters to them. And they may be hurting or going through something that we can't understand. But what we can do is show compassion and show that we do understand that they have something going on, and be a little generous with that. And wow, this has been wonderful. I see I have 1 minute left, and thank you for being here today. We talked about being a captivating person and also ways to overcome self-doubt. All these things can be found in my book, Success is Elemental, and there are 60 chapters in that book, by the way. I don't think I've ever mentioned that, so there's a lot to learn in that book. And all these can be found on my website, www.abookintime.net. And you could even get some autographed copies of 4 of them in a paperback version. And I just want to thank you for being here today. And I want to thank Reader's Magnet for allowing all this to happen. And this has been a wonderful program. And stay tuned Monday. We have a whole weekend going on here now, but Monday, I'm going to talk more about specific character qualities from Success is Elemental. Then after that, we're getting into the other books. So Monday will be the last day of step 2, Success is Elemental. And then we'll get into critical thinking and disease prevention and lots of other fun stuff. So thank you again for being here, and have a wonderful weekend.